In the heat of the 2016 election, as the Russian hacking and dumping operation became apparent, my predominant concern was that the Russians would begin dumping forged documents along with the real ones that they stole. It would have been all too easy for Russia or another malicious actor to seed forged documents among the authentic ones in a way that would make it almost impossible to identify or rebut the fraudulent material. Even if a victim could ultimately expose the forgery for what it was, the damage would be done. 3 years later, we're on the cusp of a technological revolution that could enable even more sinister forms of deception and disinformation by malign actors, foreign or domestic. Advances in AI and machine learning have led to the emergence of advanced digitally doctored types of media, so-called deepfakes, that enable malicious actors to foment chaos, division, or crisis, and they have the capacity to disrupt entire campaigns, including that for the presidency. Rapid progress in artificial intelligence algorithms has made it possible to manipulate media, video, imagery, audio, text, with incredible, nearly imperceptible results. With sufficient training data, these powerful deepfake generating algorithms can portray a real person doing something they never did or saying words they never uttered. These tools are readily available and accessible to both experts and novices alike, meaning that attribution of a deepfake to a specific author, whether a hostile intelligence service or a single internet troll, will be a constant challenge. What's more, once someone views a deep fake or a fake video, the damage is largely done. Even if later convinced that what they have seen is a forgery, that person may never lose completely the lingering negative impression the video has left with them. It is also the case that not only may fake videos be passed off as real, but real information can be passed off as fake. This is the so-called liar's dividend, in which people with a propensity to deceive are given the benefit of an environment in which it is increasingly difficult for the public to determine what is true. To give our members and the public a sense of the quality of deepfakes today, I want to share a few short examples, and even these are not the state of the art. The first comes from Bloomberg Business Week and demonstrates an AI-powered cloned voice of one of the journalists. So let's watch the
Now,
clip.
to really put my computer voice to the test, I am going to call my dear, sweet mother and see if she recognizes me.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
What are you guys up to today?
Well, it's Saturday. We didn't have any electricity early this morning, and we're just hanging around the house.
I'm just finishing up work and waiting for the boys to get home.
Okay.
I think I'm coming down with a virus.
Oh, why, you feel bad, hey?
I was messing around with you. You were talking to a computer.
I felt like I was talking to you. It's amazing.
All right, it's bad enough that was a fake, but he's deceiving his mother and telling her that he's got a virus. That seems just downright cruel. The second clip comes from courts and demonstrates a puppet master type of deep fake video. As you can see, these people are able to co-opt the head movements of their targets. If married with convincing audio, you can turn a world leader into a ventriloquist dummy. Next, a brief CNN clip highlighting new research from Professor Hani Farid, an acclaimed expert on deepfakes from UC Berkeley, and featuring an example of a so-called face swap video in which Senator Elizabeth Warren's face is seamlessly transplanted on the body of SNL actress Kate McKinnon.
I haven't been this excited since I found out my package from LL Bean had shipped. I'm ready to fight.
So the only problem with that video is Kate McKinnon actually looks a lot like Elizabeth Warren. But the one on the left was actually both were Kate McKinnon. One just had Elizabeth Warren's face swapped onto her. But it shows you just how convincing that kind of technology can be. These algorithms can also learn from pictures of real faces to make completely artificial portraits of persons who do not exist at all. Can anyone here pick out which of these faces are real and which are fake? And of course, as you may have all guessed, all four are fake. All four of those faces are synthetically created. None of those people are real. Thinking ahead to 2020 and beyond, one does not need any great imagination to envision even more nightmarish scenarios that would leave the government, the media, and the public struggling to discern what is real and what is fake. A state-backed actor creates a deepfake video of a political candidate accepting a bribe with the goal of influencing an election. Or an individual hacker claims to have stolen audio of a private conversation between two world leaders when in fact no such conversation took place. Or a troll farm uses text-generating algorithms to write false or sensational news stories at scale, flooding social media platforms and overwhelming journalists' ability to verify and users' ability to trust what they are seeing or reading. What enables deepfakes and other modes of disinformation to become truly pernicious is the ubiquity of social media and the velocity at which false information can spread. We got a preview of what that might look like recently when a doctored video of Speaker Nancy Pelosi went viral on Facebook, receiving millions of views in the span of 48 hours. That video was not an AI-assisted deepfake, but rather a crude manual manipulation that some have called a cheap fake. Nonetheless, the video's virality on social media demonstrates the scale of the challenge we face and the responsibilities that social media companies must confront. Already, the companies have taken different approaches, with YouTube deleting the altered video of Speaker Pelosi, while Facebook labeled it as false and throttled back the speed it spread once it was deemed fake by independent fact-checkers. Now is the time for social media companies to put in place policies to protect users from this kind of misinformation. Not in 2021, after viral deepfakes have polluted the 2020 elections. By then, it will be too late. And so, in keeping with a series of open hearings that have examined different strategic challenges to our national security and our democratic institutions, the committee is devoting this hearing to deepfakes and synthetic media. We need to soberly understand the implications of deepfakes, the underlying AI technologies, and the internet platforms that give them reach before we consider appropriate steps to mitigate the potential harms.